fired.
He did?
Yeah. He probably hearing this night, I'm gonna get that Tyson. That's a real sucker punch right there. I wasn't ready for that one.
He's also nuts, right? Just the fact that he's willing to fight the two-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
A guy who's gigantic in his prime, built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're going to stand, and he's a one-punch killer. And you're going to stand in front of that guy. And he avoided shots till the 6th round. He just started getting tired.
Yeah, his movement in that fight was crazy.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
He was really keeping him moving around the whole ring. And then
you can't afford to get tired. That's the thing is, like, he gets tired in a lot of his fights in the later rounds. You should really sort that out. Because if he had a much bigger gas tank, like if he was training with like some of these elite world-class strength and conditioning coaches and just worked on his cardio, he'd be beating way more guys.
You think so?
Yeah. 100%.
Mike Tyson says he got his revenge through Anthony Joshua. And when Iron Mike speaks like that, you can tell it's coming from somewhere personal, not just post-fight chatter or a hot take. It sounded like closure, not commentary. Like something he'd been holding onto, rather than something he just decided to say.
Ferocious animal, you're gonna fight, put both hands to the body, use your jab, you do the ferocious fashion.
I don't know if enough has been made of the fact that, I mean, it was absolutely devastating. But the fact that he had awareness immediately to go like he left,
he's like,
oh shit. Like, wow.
He goes,
it wasn't like
going into that fight knowing that was probably going to happen.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the big win for him would be that he was even willing to do it and that he could do well for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then eventually just deal with the fact that Anthony Joshua is going to connect with a bomb and breaks on 2 places.
And basically watched Anthony Joshua flatten Jake Paul and thought, yeah, that one was for me. No long breakdown, no dramatic explanation, just that calm, heavyweight presence that says, I saw it, I felt it, and I approve. Sometimes silence carries more weight than words, and this was one of those moments.
At the after party, I have to be honest, the vibes are way more chill than I thought. He's doing great. How are you feeling?
Never better.
Yeah, he's absolutely crushing it.
Bring out the vodka.
Yeah, we're doing great in here. Light, a double break in his lower jaw.
Oh, you can show.
Here, look.
Science.
So science is right there and there. The week's getting ready to fight Canelo.
Canelo in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So Canelo, get ready. We're coming for you too.
And honestly, when you step back and think about it, it tracks. Tyson watched Jake Paul build an entire boxing storyline off spectacle, bravado, and daring legends to share space with him. Then Joshua shows up, calm, patient, professional, and delivers an ending that Mike understands better than almost anyone who's ever lived.
Paul, Anthony, Joshua fight plays out.
I don't know. I want to make sure. I believe he wants to see me.
If Paul starts his boxing career earlier, could Paul have been a champion?
There's a possibility.
Oh, they gave me the VIP suite as well. That's why I was right on the ring.
Hey, so what are you gonna do?
It just pissed him off, and then he broke Jake's jaw.
I told everyone, though, that I would do better than Francis and that Francis kind of got no chin. Francis low-key soft.
All the haters, last night their storyline was that you were moving around a lot.
Unless I die, people will...
This wasn't trash talk revenge. It was symbolic revenge. Joshua didn't rush. He didn't chase hype. He didn't play along with the circus. He waited, stayed composed, and shut the lights off the way real heavyweights do. Tyson, saying that felt like the old guard nodding in approval, like boxing itself quietly saying, yeah, we handled that.
The storyline was that you were moving around a lot. I know, I just don't get it.
I'm a little, but I also know how good he is. Man, but I had a bobble at one point.
You landed that right hand.
I wish I had more than 3 weeks to prepare. Unless I die, people will still hit.
And my takeaway from the whole fight is actually pretty simple. This was boxing reminding everyone that there are levels you can't skip. No matter how loud the buildup gets, you can respect Jake for the courage, the ambition, even the willingness to step into danger. But respect doesn't rewrite physics, experience, or time spent in the trenches.
Knockout for Anthony Joshua against Jake Paul. So what do we take away from this fight? Sloppy from start to finish, but at least Jake Paul I went 6 rounds with the former heavyweight champ. I went further than Francis Ngannou did. This was way worse for Anthony Joshua. He could have walked down Jake Paul from the opening bell. Instead, than Paul has earned as a head boxer. Couldn't land any of his power shots early. Didn't go to the body at all. You could not have watched this fight and thought that AJ is back path to being a contender in the heavyweight division. And you could not have watched this fight and gotten excited about the potential comeback of an AJ Tyson.
Anthony Joshua didn't need to be spectacular. He just needed to be himself, disciplined, patient, dangerous when it mattered. That's the difference between chasing moments and owning the ring, for me. This wasn't about revenge or embarrassment. It was about clarity. The hype finally hit a ceiling. The sport reasserted its rules, and everyone watching got the same reminder: in heavyweight boxing, reality always shows up. And when it does, it doesn't care about narratives, followers, or contracts.
Broke Jake's jaw. And
his teeth look a bit removed as well.
Yeah, his teeth have come out of place. It's him, he done well, but I told him what was going to happen, but it just took 6 rounds to do that.
People will criticise you for going 6 rounds with Jake Paul. How do you feel about that?
I deserve it.
Why? Come on.
Because, like, we're elite. Put myself in the shoes of a coach. If a coach in Anthony Joshua and he went 6 rounds with Jake Paul, I would get him back in the gym tomorrow, give him a bit of a beating, and we're getting straight back to work, because I'll be like, how are you letting this kid take you 6 rounds? Are you crazy? In boxing, there's a time when you systematically break someone and you see their soul in their body. And after a period of time, two starts to happen to them. Either they give up or they get knocked out.
And once the dust settles, from the AJ Jake aftermath, here comes Derek Chisora sliding in like that friend who finally says what everyone's been thinking, but was too polite to admit. I'm listening to Chisora and laughing because he's not even mad. He's impressed in the most disrespectful way possible. He's basically saying, look, we all stayed up. We all debated. We all argued hypotheticals. And meanwhile, Jake Paul just pulled off the greatest marketing finesse boxing has ever seen. When Chisora says, we've been pumped, he's not talking about one punch or one round. He's talking about the entire industry getting baited into believing something magical was about to happen at 3.
He got caught with the right hand, he got caught by a jab. I'm like, I'm in a shower and I say, I'm going to get in the shower but not get wet. Listen, it's boxing. The guy got hit, he knocked him out. But people wondering, why is Jake Paul hitting him? Yeah, he's a 2-time heavyweight champion. It happens, you know, it's a boxing fight. So when I see people say, oh, he got hit by a right hand. Oh, I think he's hurt by. Jake Paul didn't have the power to hurt him at all. Nothing. Even bruised him. You know, like this was like a sparring session. Literally. I think he's had more sparring sessions.
Way more harder sparring sessions.
Yeah, you know, this was a sparring session.
That shower analogy is perfect. You don't step into a boxing ring with Anthony Joshua expecting to stay dry. That's not bravery. That's delusion with good lighting. Chisora calling it a sparring session sounds wild. But it's honest, because AJ never looked threatened, rushed, or stressed. He looked like a heavyweight waiting for the timer to expire. And the funniest part is Chisora admitting we're still here talking about it again. Because that's the real punchline. Jake didn't just fight Joshua. He fought the internet and won on points. We can laugh, roast, and argue power and technique. But if you had us glued to screens debating a guy with no amateur background against a former unified champion, then yeah, maybe we all got played a little.
These foolers, they punked us. We sat there.
He's marketing genius.
At 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Think he's gonna do something which is not being done. He's gonna go to the moon and walk around the moon and go to Mars.
Some people believed it. People believed it.
You believed it.
I didn't believe it.
Yes, you did.
What did I believe?
You believed it.
David Hay believed
David Hay
allegedly.
The miracle is shut.
I've always said obliviation. And he broke his jaw in 2 places. He hit him in one place and it broke in another.
I can't believe it, man. I'm back here again in this studio.
You love
this studio.
Yeah. You're here talking about it. I get it, man. But you know, just one of those things like, Jesus Christ.
And right after Chisora finishes admitting we all got finesse checked by the marketing machine, the tone shifts completely when Sergio Mora grabs the mic. You feel it instantly. This isn't playful, roasting anymore. This is a former fighter who feels personally insulted that his sport just got run through a Netflix algorithm. I'm watching like, yep, Mora came in hot. Noah admits. He's not debating hypotheticals. He's saying the quiet part out loud. This wasn't boxing. It was tag, cardio, and survival mode with a luxury price tag. And when the money talk starts, you know it's about to get ugly. Because nothing triggers boxing people faster than purse numbers. Mora doesn't care if it was 30 million or 50 million. His point is simple. You don't train your whole life to watch someone sprint laps and call it courage. And when he says AJ played with his food, that line sticks because it explains exactly why this whole thing felt uncomfortable.
He can have a head start in this career like you did in life and make it out. But the thing is, when a fighter really wants to hurt another non-fighter, he can do it, and he can do it a lot easier and a lot faster. Anthony Joshua played with his food, and I'm going to tell you right now, he played with this for the 6th round, maybe the 4th at latest, because Jake Paul was running. He wasn't boxing. He was running, and every time he had a chance to try to tackle Anthony Joshua in fear, he was on his knees. It looked like he was praying. Jake Paul spent more times on his knees than you did in calling for a girlfriend. It was embarrassing, Chris, man.